opposite to that of Razi. Whenever it comes to technical terms, I am very expert. But when it comes to express your emotional feeling, I'm always stuck in that.
Because
Okay.
that we learn from our day-to-day life, ma'am. It's not for me, but in such things, when it comes to especially email letter writing, so I got that weak point. I'm really happy that I have to work on this area.
Right, right. So you see, both for Swati and Raji, the problem is not with speaking. The problem is with content, right? Ki content nahi aa raha hai. For Raji, it's more technical, and for Swati, it is, let's say, everyday conversation that is a little difficult for her, right?
Yes,
So you see, when you have problem with content, you should focus only on content, not on speaking, because speaking, both of you speak pretty well. I have already heard both of you speak multiple times, so both of you are speaking pretty well right now. So then focus on the content that you think is weak. How will you do that? Very simple. For Swati, because you want to express more emotional things, casual conversations, and you're finding that difficult, listen to people who are talking about those things, right? Very simple things, nothing technical. And
yes, ma'am. I have started that TED talk. You told about that TED talk.
but
I've
TED Talk is
started
very
that.
technical.
Lekin
TED Talk is
probably
very
I'm
technical.
becoming impatient. I wanted to get everything right now, but it is not
That is
coming
not
out.
possible, Swati. To do everything in an instant is not possible, right? To learn everything in an instant is not possible. But yes, TED Talk. If you're listening to TED Talk, Swati, then you are actually leaning towards the technical side again, because a person who is
Acha.
speaking on TED Talk, just imagine what rigorous practice he goes through. He actually has a speech coach, speaking coach, public speaking coach, and they train him or her how to speak on the stage. So it's very technical. And I only tell people to watch TED Talks not for the content, just for their voice modulation, their expressions, gestures, just for that part. I never tell you to go for the content in TED Talks, because it's varied. There is a lot of content on a different, like, various topics, and most importantly, it's very technical. So Swati, I think that you should focus more on YouTube videos, and YouTube videos particularly of those people who are like blogging their everyday life, who are sharing their personal life stories on YouTube. You will find innumerous people who do this kind of things. And बहुत सारे लोग हैं. I know a couple, they are from abroad, but they like, she was a teen parent, so their parents kind of disowned them, and then they started struggling, and they built their life, and they just talk about their life throughout all their videos. They talk about their life. I just gave you an example. You can watch these kind of videos. Why? Because first thing you will learn is how to like express your emotions better in English, right? Because they will be speaking in English, and they will be talking, most importantly, about their personal emotions, about their personal life, about daily conversations, right? So that is the content that you should focus on. Okay, Swati, that
Okay,
will
ma'am.
help a
Thank you,
lot.
ma'am.
Okay, just try and do this. This
Thank you,
really
ma'am.
helps a lot.
Ma'am,
Really helps a lot.
may I, ma'am? TED Talks
Yes,
help me so much, ma'am.
yes.
While walking, I
TED
listen to
Talks.
TED Talks. Yeah, ma'am. While walking, ma'am, I'll walk 45 minutes, ma'am. That time I use that
Very
time
good.
for listening TED
Good
Talks,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very
So,
good, Shobha. Amazing, amazing, very good. That's so inspiring, right? That she's walking, along with that she's listening to TED Talk. So dono cheeze ho raha hai, right? So she's killing two birds with one stone. Very good, Shobha.
Good
And
morning.
one more thing, you guys can also listen to podcasts. You know, that is like the it thing now. So that has also come up, and you guys can also listen to podcasts. You guys can listen to English stories on things like Audible. I don't know, Audible is very expensive, but there are also English stories just on YouTube. You can also listen to those things, especially you, Swati, okay? Because these things talk about regular things, everyday, mundane things, and then you will learn how to express these things in English. All
Okay,
right,
ma'am.
Swati,
Thank you, ma'am.
most welcome. And
Yes,
for
ma'am.
Raji, yes,
Yeah, ma'am.
For Raji, because you want to learn more about technical content, you see, Raji, the best way to learn technical content is to focus on a few fields at a time. You know, like if I want to learn about everything, I will not learn about anything. So हर चीज के बारे में थोड़ा थोड़ा जानकारी रखना is good, because when you're talking to people, they might talk about something and you might feel completely left out if you do not know anything about it, right? For example, if just because you talked about email, I do not know much about email, but I know few things like what is cold emailing, how to write an email, how to structure an email. Then there are certain sites that actually help you to write emails. So there are email templates that are available that you can just take from there and insert your required information and then just send it off to other people. So these common things, very basic things. So you can do what, like one thing that you can do is every day you are going to practice or you're going to listen to something. So choose just one topic for a week. Like if you want, you can choose like maybe, I don't know, like emailing, texting, and these kind of things, social media communication, or how to communicate with people on internet. This can be your one topic for the entire week. And then you just listen to videos and listen to, I don't know, podcasts, and read blog articles on these things, because you're so advanced, Raji. You can easily read blog articles, right? And blog articles are the best way to learn about any technical content, because it's written in such easy language. Plus it's like very, very what to say, the language is very communicative, right? So not communicative, sorry, the language is very fluent, like it's as if someone is talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am, I do agree, ma'am. It's not that I didn't speak, but like if I go once through the highlighter, what is really required, like key points, so I can explain a lot, even if I get a key point, ma'am. But yes, so certain things are there which everyone has to learn.
Yes.
So
So
yes,
exactly.
I'm happy that I came to know in last session that I really need to focus now on these
Yes,
things.
ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Abhay. Good morning. Once again, we are discussing about some issues.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am. How
Raji.
are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you, Abhay?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
morning,
I
Meena.
am doing well, ma'am.
Good, good, good. Okay, we will start in a couple of minutes. We are just discussing. If you guys, anyone has any questions, you can ask. And Raji, I just want to tell you one thing as well. If you want to like really, really, what to say? If you want to really like open your avenues and like learn about more and more content about different topics, you know, the best way to do is by connecting. Like for example, if I'm reading something in psychology, I'll try and connect it with my language, that is English, and I'll try and understand how that implies or how that fits into this these stories or these like novels, whatever I have read, right? So connecting different disciplines and connecting different ideas that you, the new ideas that you learn is very, very important. That helps a lot. Okay, Raji.
Thank you. And
So
even
try
I
that, yes.
appreciate all the teachers here, ma'am. Like even I spoke there for a little, like I guess less than 1 minute, but ma'am, she appreciated me that your points were you were on point. You were not beating around bush, everything. And like I stated my condition to you here, you also encourage. So that's so sweet of everyone, ma'am.
No, of
I
course,
just,
we are here to encourage. We are here so that you guys can learn in a safe and better environment, right?
yeah, ma'am. I
Very
just
good, very
love
good.
this platform.
Ma'am,
No,
it's
no,
a
Raji,
very good.
practice, and you already have quite a good knowledge about things. I know. I think you need to read a little bit more and watch more videos on YouTube. You know, like just like Shobha said, she walks and listens to TED Talks. Rather than listening to TED Talks, you can choose like one topic and then just listen about it. Like listen to any video about it. Like it can be anything. If you want to learn about, I don't know, science or something, if you want to learn about something like, let's say, I don't know, gravity, so you watch a few videos on gravity just from YouTube, you know, like 5 or 6, just when you're walking, just plop your earphones in your ear and just listen to them. You know, this really, really helps. This really helps to learn about new things.
Even I have
Today's
observed.
topic, ma'am. Today's topic, ma'am.
Abhay, we have not yet started. We will start.
Good morning,
Today
ma'am.
preposition, ma'am.
Yes, we will do some prepositions, but we won't do questions today. We will do some mistakes. Like we will talk about some common mistakes in prepositions that we make. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, ma'am?
Preposition.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, ma'am.
Dipali,
Good morning,
Rita,
ma'am. Ma'am, today
Nemichal.
you are,
Yes,
ma'am, today you are motivating us. It's a very good thing.
definitely stay motivated, guys. Don't don't question yourself because you cannot speak a language. This is my most important thing that I want to
Ma'am,
say.
But it's a very good thing.
nowadays,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. I haven't
Nowadays,
joined.
ma'am.
Yes,
Three classes of a speaking class, ma'am.
many speaking classes are going on.
Ma'am, three, ma'am. 10 o'clock,
Three.
5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock.
That's good. That's good. Speaking classes are very important, you know.
Very important, ma'am. Very important.
Very important.
My confidence level is increasing, ma'am.
Very good, Abhay. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that your confidence level is increasing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Very
ma'am.
nice. Yes, someone had a yes.
Yeah, ma'am. I wanted to share one most important lesson I learned today.
Yes.
So that is when you are upset, ma'am, due to some reason,
Yes.
and when you're not in a position to concentrate at one thing, ma'am, then automatically you messed up other things, ma'am.
Okay.
Like as you suggested different points, how you can say, like I can turn the topic in any way, ma'am. Like that day I discuss life as a parachute. So
Right.
I know how to turn the topic also. Like you suggested, there are different emails and all. For that format is there. You can just copy paste if you are not good at writing emails. So after listening that point, I was just thinking, oh, even I could say this, but why I couldn't? Because there were so many things going on my mind other than this session, which were disturbing me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that
Not just that, I think sometimes we also you told me that you feel that you are not good at technical things, right? So this is kind of an idea that is what to say. That is
that is the core thing, ma'am. I have to work on. I don't deny that fact. But other than that, ma'am, this is the other learning for today, ma'am.
no, that is definitely true. If something is going on in our mind, it's very difficult to focus, on anything else. It's very difficult to focus on anything else. I completely agree with you, Rajiv.
Yeah, ma'am.
Chaliye. So we will actually start, but you will have to give me a second, guys, because I'm still arranging the notes. No, I think sometimes people say, na, ki, I am not really confident in doing this, ma'am, or I'm not confident in doing that. So this, I think, is also a mental barrier, you might not even have that problem. Maybe it's just in your mind. You feel like that is how it is. Okay, so maybe just what to say? Just say that no, I can do it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm sure I can do it. If everyone else can, I can also do it, right? So once you start thinking like this, I think these kind of problems might vanish. I'm not saying they will, but they might vanish. Because we most of the time, I've seen people underestimating themselves. Everyone, even I underestimate myself most of the time, and I still underestimate myself nowadays. But after working for a few years, I think it has been around 1 year that I'm working. This has given me confidence. So don't underestimate yourself, guys. Be a little more confident. That is what I'm trying to say. Chaliye. So let's start.
Ma'am.
Yes, pardon?
Ma'am, Isha here.
Audible,
Yes.
ma'am?
Yes, all of you are audible
Yeah,
one
audible,
by one.
ma'am?
Shobha, yes? Yes, Shobha? Shobha?
Yeah, ma'am. Sometimes I also, yeah, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible, Shobha.
Yeah.
Okay, I think she got dropped out. Yes, Isha, what were you saying?
Ma'am, please start your some YouTube channel, ma'am. Please. You
I
should
am.
start
I
at
will.
least.
I will actually start an YouTube channel, and
No,
it will
ma'am, you should
start
not try.
from.
You should start.
Yes, I will start. I will start from the month of July, I think, because May में मेरे exams खत्म हो रहे हैं, so I'll take 1.5 months to like start a few videos, like make a few videos, and then I'll start in July. I'm just waiting for my BEd to end, you know.
Okay.
Then I really want to go into content creation. I love content creation. You know, सबसे like rewarding thing होता है content creation में, that whenever you teach someone or you like help someone out, it feels so amazing, you know, कि मेरे वजह से किसी को help मिला, या they like did something because of me, so it feels really good.
Ma'am, you are
That's
big
true, ma'am.
inspiration for us, ma'am. Actually, you know, ma'am, till 10th standard, I have not learned so much grammar, but for 3 months, I have learned so much grammar.
Grammar is actually very easy, you know, it's not that difficult, and even learning English is very easy. I think the problem arises when you do not like the teacher, or the teacher themselves are so underconfident. Like, all respect, like with due respect to teachers, I have seen these kind of teachers, they have such low self-esteem कि आप उनसे कुछ पूछने जाओ या कुछ बोलने जाओ तो बोलो उल्टा हमें ही like सुना देते हैं.
No,
What do you think? You are trying to insult me in the class, so on and so forth. But what they don't understand is the kid is genuinely asking कि उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Maybe 4-5 बार में भी कभी-कभी बच्चों को समझ में नहीं आता है, you know, because it's not so easy for them as it is for the person who knows something, right? जिसको आता है उससे तो काफी आसान लगता है, जिससे नहीं आता उसको तो डिफिकल्टी लगेगा, right?
ma'am, if you not learn the basic grammar, it's become burden for a long time.
Pardon?
Ma'am, if you not understand the basic grammar, ma'am, it's become a burden for long.
In the long run, yes, it can be a problem for in the long run, especially because in India, you know, like we completely depend on English. English is an important language in India. Most of the work in India is done in English.
Ma'am, not in India, all global importance of the English language.
Yes, globally as well. If you're going out, definitely you need English. Definitely you need English. There are certain countries like China and Japan that treat their language. Yes,
ma'am, one language, English, is the global language.
Yes, I think it's important to learn English. It's important. Like, especially if you are like working, then it's very important. Chaliye, let's come back to our prepositions then. We had a nice discussion, right? Okay, so today we are going to discuss some common errors that we make in prepositions. Okay, very simple errors, but these sometimes happen. I was first thinking that I will not include this, but then I understood that yes, these errors are something that we all are making, right? So let's try and see which errors these are and how to avoid them. Okay, so the first error that we will talk about is to. So to जो हम लिखते हैं तो बहुत मिस्टेक होता है इसमें, कहीं से कहीं जाने के लिए to का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. I have already explained, if you are going from one place to another, then we use the preposition to, right? So verbs that describe the movement from one place to another generally take the preposition to. Generally, not always, generally. However, when a verb describes a movement from one place into another, we use the prepositions in or into. This can lead to confusion between two prepositions when using a motion verb that can describe either scenario. Now, this is very important, okay? सोचिए मैंने दो points रखे हैं, A and B, okay? And something is moving from point A to point B. कोई चीज पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी की तरफ गया या पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी गया. नाउ व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग जस्ट अबाउट द फैक्ट कि पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी तक जाया गया है या पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी तक वो गया है, इफ वी आर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस कि कोई इंसान यहां से वहां गया है, जस्ट द लाइक मूवमेंट फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर, then we are using to. तो फिर हम to का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं किस चीज को बताने के लिए कि इस पॉइंट से इस पॉइंट में वो गया है. But when we want to describe the movement, particular movement of the object, so सोचिए कि एक बॉल है यहाँ पर जो यहाँ से पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी तक गया. And I want to describe the particular movement of this ball. मैं इसका पर्टिकुलर मूवमेंट डिस्क्राइब करना चाहती हूँ. क्या ये पॉइंट बी के अंदर गया, क्या ये पॉइंट बी के ऊपर गया, क्या ये यहाँ पर एक नदी है उसके साइड से गया, क्या ये नदी को क्रॉस करके पॉइंट बी पर गया. So when we want to describe the particular movement of this object, ये object कैसे गया point B में, then we are using prepositions like in, into, on. There can also be others like across, along, so on, through, right? किसी चीज के अंदर से जाना, I have also described that, through. So all these are different prepositions that show movement, but it shows the particular kind of movement that is used by the object. Okay, to go from point A to point B. But to का इस्तेमाल किस लिए हो रहा है? सिर्फ ये बताने के लिए कि कोई चीज point A से point B तक गया है. कैसे? How? We are not bothered with that. Okay, is this clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So देखिए first वाला जो example है, I went in London last year is incorrect. यहाँ पे incorrect का sign भी दिया है and it's written incorrect because we want to say कि मैं यहाँ से London गई थी. Okay, so यहाँ से London, to is kind of like say in Hindi. So Hindi से अगर translate करेंगे, then say becomes to. So I went to London last year. Similarly, we have things like I walk to school, run to the store and get me some milk, or fetch me some milk, move to the left, I can't see the blackboard, turn to the right, please, swim to the shore and call your dad, drive to the country and meet her, cycle to work, it is energy efficient. Okay, so all of these things are showing movement from one place to another. Okay, एक जगह से दूसरे जगह जाने के लिए हम to का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. Now this paragraph is also very important because I think this talks about the exception. So when we use a motion verb this way, we use the preposition of movement to. The only exception to the rule is the verb phrase go home. This is again very, very important, guys. I'll just underline this. Okay, so the exception to the rule is the verb phrase go home. Please guys take screenshots. Okay, so go home जब बोल रहे हैं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह तो जा रहे हैं, यहाँ से मे भी घर जा रहे हैं, but इसके लिए हम to का इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हैं. This is the exception of this rule. Okay, so where home is an adverbial noun that modifies the verb, otherwise we need to use to express, we need to use to, यहाँ पे to होगा, to express going from A to B. Here are some more examples. So this is clear, I hope. And we will look at some other examples where to is not used. जहाँ पर to का इस्तेमाल नहीं होता है. Of course we can. Yes, Abhay. Yes,
Can I say, ma'am? Can I say, ma'am?
Yes.
I am going to Patna.
Yes, definitely. Definitely you can say. I'm going to Patna.
I am going to Bihar.
Definitely,
Both are
absolutely
correct,
correct.
ma'am.
Bilkul, bilkul.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have some examples that are showing the kind of movement. What kind of movement is undertaken by the object? जो object move कर रहा है point A से point B की तरफ, वो कैसे जा रहा है, उसका movement का pattern कैसा है, वो explain किया जा रहा है. इसीलिए यहाँ पर एक में भी हम to का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे, बल्कि हम दूसरे prepositions का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. कैसे? Walk across the road. रोड को पार कीजिए, रोड के इस तरफ से उस तरफ जाइए. रन अलोंग द रिवर, मतलब रिवर के साइड साइड से दौड़िए. राइट. साइकिल राउंड द पार्क, सो पार्क के चारों ओर साइकिल कीजिए. ओके. ड्राइव ओवर द ब्रिज, ब्रिज के ऊपर से चलिए या गाड़ी चलाइए. ओके. स्विम अप एंड डाउन द पूल, so up and down both are basically prepositions. So swim up and down the pool का मतलब है up and down नहीं होता है. This is again very good example. Swim up and down the pool मतलब pool की एक तरफ से दूसरे तरफ जाइए, फिर दूसरे तरफ से इस तरफ आइए, फिर इस तरफ से उस तरफ जाइए. Okay, this is called swimming up and down the pool. ये वाला up down नहीं होता है, ये वाला up down होता है. Okay, and went in the school, again went in the school क्यों? and went to the school क्यों नहीं? अगर मैं बोलूं Rahul went to the school, इसका मतलब कि वो घर में था या कहीं पर था जहां से वो स्कूल गया है. But if I say Rahul went in the school, मतलब वो स्कूल के बिल्डिंग के अंदर गया है. It defines the kind of movement that Rahul is undertaking. Okay, so of course we can use other prepositions of movement when we describe different relationships between the verb and the object of the preposition. Verb and object of preposition कुछ भी नहीं है, बहुत simple है. Object of the preposition is basically whatever is moving, यहाँ वहाँ जो भी चीज move कर रही है, and the verb. So the verb shows कि क्या काम किया जा रहा है, walking, running, cycling, driving, whatever. And कैसे किया जा रहा है, across, along, round, over, up and down. So the kind of movement. Clear? Any questions, guys?
Ma'am,
Yes?
went in the school. Please give me the example, another example of this.
If I say that Raj went to the office, इसका मतलब है कि Raj office गया है. Okay? If I say Raj went in the office, तो इसका मतलब है Raj office के building के अंदर गया है. Okay, Reena?
Ma'am, but how we can use in the building, मतलब in the school or in the office?
It's very simple. For example, you're standing outside the school waiting for Sheila, and Raj has already gone in. Okay? वो already school के अंदर चला गया. And Sheila comes and says, oh, where is Raj? And you can simply say that Raj just went in the school. So it means that he went inside the building of the school. Okay,
ma'am.
Chaliye, very good.
Ma'am, one doubt, ma'am, please.
Yes, Shweta, पूछिए.
Walk across the road. Can you, ma'am, please make one sentence in this?
Yes. I walked across the road to meet Rahul. So मैं रोड के इस तरफ खड़ी हूँ, राहुल रोड के उस तरफ खड़ा है, तो वो मुझे देख नहीं पा रहा है. That's why I walked across the road to meet him. So मैं cross करके गई, उससे मिली. Okay.
So whenever, yes, ma'am, whenever we will speak this type of sentence, we need to apply this particular preposition. Am I right?
Yes. Whenever you are crossing the road के एक तरफ से
And what about, ma'am?
दूसरी तरफ जा रहे हैं, then you will use the word I walked across the road. Okay.
And what about cycle round the park?
Cycle round the park का मतलब दोनों मतलब हो सकता है. If you say around the park, AROUND, so उसका मतलब होता है पार्क के चारों ओर, पार्क के बाहर से चारों ओर. Okay. But cycle round the park का मतलब पार्क के अंदर गोल गोल, like side से गोल गोल चक्कर लगाना. Okay, Shweta. But inside the park.
Okay.
Yes, Swati.
Ma'am, that swim up and down the pool को यदि हम swim across the pool बोले तो सही है.
बिल्कुल सही है. If I say please swim across the pool का मतलब है मैं इस तरफ खड़ी हूँ, वो उस तरफ है, मैं बोल रही हूँ swim करके इस तरफ आइए, cross करके आइए. Okay. But when I say up and down, इसका मतलब है कि आइए फिर जाइए, फिर आइए फिर जाइए. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes. Any other questions, guys? I hope this rule is absolutely clear. To को कहाँ पे use करना है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Chaliye. So we will move on to another rule. If you guys want, you guys can make a few sentences so that I can understand. If you guys have any problems or any queries, you can also ask. And we will move on to the next error, common error, right? So we have already discussed these things in class. It's not that we haven't, but thoda sa अच्छे से I'm discussing. Okay. It becomes rock solid, right? Okay, chaliye. So the next one that we have is this one. All right. Static verbs, add verses to. So I have arrived to the airport late is incorrect. Okay. And I have arrived at the airport late is correct. Okay, so remember when we use, remember we use to with motion verbs. We use to with motion verbs, right? So very important. If a verb shows motion, अगर एक verb motion दिखा रहा है, like I run to the park, he came to school, I walked to the nearby bus stop, so on and so forth. So came, run, cycle, jump, I don't know, all these are showing motion. Motion का मतलब क्या है? Movement. एक जगह से दूसरे जगह का मतलब जगह को जाना या move करना. So that is showing movement, right? Static verbs are just the opposite, right? Static verbs do not show any movement. They are basically showing they do not show movement. वो कोई ऐसा action नहीं दिखाते जिसमें movement हो रही हो. Okay, so we use movement with to. So अगर हम to का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, अगर हम preposition to का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, तो motion verbs के साथ इस्तेमाल करेंगे. That is very simple. We just learned that, right? Okay, when we describe the movement from one location to another, so अगर एक location से A से B की तरफ जा रहे हैं, तो हम to का इस्तेमाल करेंगे क्योंकि हम motion में हैं, right? Arrive, however, is considered a static verb, very important, meaning it indicates no movement from point A to point B. Very, very important. So if I'm using the verb arrive, it is considered a static verb. It is used as a static verb. इसका मतलब ये है कि इसमें कोई भी movement नहीं हो रही है. So कैसे हम समझ सकते हैं static verb है या motion verb है? बहुत simple एक formula मैं आपको बता सकती हूँ. अगर आप ऐसा सोचे कि क्या ये काम 1 सेकंड से ज्यादा लेगा, then it is a motion verb. Okay, not always, but generally this is how you can understand. If it takes more than a second, then it is a motion verb. But ये अगर काम कोई 1 सेकंड में, एक पल में हो जाए, तो that is a static verb. For example, arrived. Arrive करना मतलब किसी जगह पर पहुंचना. So पहुंचना is like 1 सेकंड में हो जाता है. So जैसे ही मैंने दरवाजा खोला और मैं अंदर गई, मैं वहां पहुंच गई in a second, right? My traveling, my walking, my coming there is the motion, but me arriving there, it happens in a second. That's why it is a static verb. ओके, सो मैं जो पहुंच रही हूँ वहां पे वो 1 सेकंड में हो गया, इसीलिए ये स्टैटिक वर्ब है. पर मैं कैसे आई, मैं चल के आई, मैं दौड़ के आई, दैट इज द मोशन. वो दिखाता है कि मोशन हो रहा है, मूवमेंट हो रहा है. सो दैट इज द मोशन वर्ब. ओके, सो इन दिस केस वी नीड टू यूज द प्रीपोजिशन at, which is used to indicate being in a location. Very important. So अगर motion verb नहीं है, सिर्फ static verb है, तो हम क्या यूज करेंगे? at का इस्तेमाल करेंगे, to का इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे. So motion verb के लिए हम इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं to का. Okay, and static verbs के लिए हम किस चीज का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं? at का. क्यों? क्योंकि at shows कि हम एक point पे हैं, हम एक जगह पर हैं, right? So the other day I think someone was also giving an example of I was at the party, right? So party again considered as a location, as a place, particular place where you are. Okay, so इसके लिए हम at का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. So when you say that I arrived at the airport, you will not say I arrived to the airport, because arrived is not a motion verb, it is a static verb. Let's look at some other examples. I was to the theater last night is incorrect. Obviously, I was at the theater last night. Again, theater is considered as a particular place, and was is obviously a static verb. It is not showing motion. And again, I stayed at my brother's place, not I stayed to my brother's place or house last night, because again, stayed is considered a static verb. It's not a motion verb. कोई motion या movement नहीं show की जा रही है. Okay, so this is a pretty easy rule. I think you guys can remember this. Yes, any questions, any doubts, any sentences? Yes, please take screenshots. Okay guys, screenshots लेते रहिए.
When we जब movement होगा तो मैम we use to.
Yes, for example यही example ले लेंगे. I was at the theater last night. मैं बोल सकती हूँ I went to the theater last night. I went to the theater last night. क्यों? क्योंकि went हमारा go का past है, and go is a मोशन वर्ब, राइट? गो दिखाता है कि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा रहे हैं, सो वेंट भी दिखाता है कि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह गए थे, सो इसीलिए टू का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. सो आई वेंट टू द थिएटर लास्ट नाइट, बट आई वाज एट द थिएटर लास्ट नाइट. ओके, सो इफ आई वांट आई कैन राइट इट हियर एज वेल. इसी का अगर देखेंगे, आई वेंट टू द थिएटर लास्ट. ओके, सो ये दोनों सेंटेंसेस ही बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. ओके, दिस सेंटेंस इज आल्सो करेक्ट.
Ma'am, we can say I stayed 2 days at my mom's place.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Okay, so अगर static verb है तो क्या यूज करेंगे? And. अगर motion verb है तो क्या यूज करेंगे? To. Clear? So static verbs के अगर हम examples देखें तो क्या क्या हो सकता है? There can be verbs like, छोटा कर देते हैं, इसका भी आप लोग स्क्रीनशॉट ले. Was, arrive, stare. Very good, very good. Yes.
Staring at me is
Stare.
correct, ma'am.
Yes, yes, absolutely. See, I've also written stare. Okay. So these are all static verbs. These do not show any kind of movement. Some motion verbs can be things like walk, jog, go, run. I don't know. Cycle, right? So these can be some motion verbs. All right, take a screenshot, guys. You will remember better. Okay, so I hope this is also clear. This rule, how to use to versus at.
Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye, great, very nice. So we will move on to the next one. So I'm just brushing over the rules. Zada, I'm not taking too much time because we have already discussed these.
Ma'am, brushing up means?
ब्रशिंग अप मीन्स कोई चीज जो आपको ऑलरेडी पता है उसको थोड़ा रिवाइज कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम जस्ट ब्रशिंग अप ऑन माय नोट्स. I have already studied them for the exam. Okay, so you can say things like that. Chaliye.
Revise means brushing.
No, not brushing, brushing up. Brushing up. Brushing up is what? Yes, brush up. What part of speech, guys? Yes, anyone?
Preposition. Past tense.
No, no. Yes.
No.
Verb भी और preposition भी है. Brush is a verb. Up is a preposition. Then it is a
Phrasal verb.
phrasal verb. Very good. Very good. Absolutely correct. Right? Phrasal verb. चलिए. So to versus off. To versus off का क्या कहानी है? Let's see. So the preposition to and off can both be used to signify that something belongs to or is a property of another thing. So दोनों ही ये दिखाते हैं कि कोई चीज किसी को belong करती है. Ownership, possession, right? However, we use to indicate that something grants access or leads into another thing. Okay. So for example, इसको समझने के लिए आपको दो चीजों का डिफरेंस समझना होगा. पोजेशन एंड एक्सेस. इन दोनों का डिफरेंस क्या है? पोजेशन मतलब सोचिए कि मेरे पास एक फोन है, वो मेरा फोन है. सो दैट इज द पोजेशन. सो दिस इज माय फोन एंड दिस इज माय पोजेशन. ये मेरा फोन है, ये मैं ओन करती हूँ. ओके, सो ये मेरा पोजेशन है. एक्सेस क्या होगा? एक्सेस होगा इस फोन का जो पिन है उसको यूज करके मैं जो फोन को खोलती हूँ, दैट इज एक्सेस, बिकॉज आई कैन एक्सेस द पिक्चर्स, द सॉन्ग्स, द वीडियोस, द ईमेल्स ऑन दिस फोन थ्रू दैट पर्टिकुलर पिन. सो एक्सेस करना मतलब कोई चीज को यूज करना या किसी चीज को व्हाट टू से किसी चीज को यूज करने का अधिकार मिलना, काइंड ऑफ लाइक दैट. ओके, सो टू गेट एक्सेस टू डू समथिंग. Alright, so this is the difference between possession and access. So possession के लिए हम क्या use करते हैं? We usually use of, and to use करते हैं access के लिए. Okay, so to is used for access and of is usually used for possession. So कैसे? This is the key of my room. Incorrect. We cannot say this is the key of my room. Although the key does belong to the room, right? वो की तो रूम का ही की है. हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो ये इस रूम का चाबी है, राइट? ये इस रूम की चाबी है. बट इन इंग्लिश वी कैन नॉट से दैट. वी हैव टू से दिस इज द की टू माई रूम. व्हाई? बिकॉज अगर आप एक रूम को देखेंगे तो एक बेसिकली एक स्क्वायर एनक्लोज स्पेस है. इसको एक्सेस करने के लिए, इसके अंदर जाने के लिए, मे बी इसके अंदर कैंडीज है, वो आपको चाहिए. उस चीज को एक्सेस करने के लिए आपको क्या चाहिए? की चाहिए. सो द की is a tool to access something, to access the inside of the room, right? So it is not showing possession, it is showing access. इसीलिए हम to का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. Okay, so of का इस्तेमाल कब हो रहा है? To show possession. And to का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है to show access. So there are also certain instances in which we could use either possession, either preposition, and still have a correct sentence, but the meaning would be subtly different. So कैसे? This is the main, this is very important. ये अच्छे से समझिए. This is the main door of the house and this is the main door to the house. दोनों ही correct है. Both of them are correct. Guys, can you just give me 1 second and you guys can just discuss if you have any questions. Just 1 second. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, कि दोनों का मतलब, yes.
Ma'am, here off is showing that the access also.
No, off is showing possession. That is what I am trying to say. देखिए, I will tell you guys. I'll explain. Right. 1 second. So यहाँ पर ये जो दोनों ही sentences है, this is the main door of the house and this is the main door to the house. Both are absolutely correct. But the meanings of the sentences are a little different. दोनों के जो मतलब है थोड़े से different है. So देखिए, when I say this is the main door of the house, इसका मतलब हो रहा है that the primary door belonging to the house. So ये जो दरवाजा है ये घर को belong करता है, घर का possession है, घर का main door है. Okay, so in Hindi it will be something like ये इस घर का main दरवाजा है. All right, but when I say this is the main door to the house, then it shows that this door will give you access to the house. अगर आप इस दरवाजे से अंदर जाएंगे तो आप घर का पूरा एक्सेस आपको मिलेगा. Okay, so basically हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो कैसे हो सकता है? It will loosely translate into something like ये दरवाजा आपको घर के अंदर तक ले जाएगा. Okay, ये दरवाजा घर के अंदर तक लोगों को ले जाता है. Is this clear? So if I want to say, let me give you an example.
Oh, ma'am, I have a daughter. I am not getting that.
You are not getting it, Reena?
No, ma'am. The difference of off and to, I am not cleared.
Right, right. No issues. देखिए, ये अगर मैं एक let's assume कि ये एक room है, okay? And ये room का दरवाजा है. This green thing is the door of the room, okay? अब if I want to say that this is the door of the room, this is the door of the room. If I say the green thing is the door of the yellow room, what I am trying to say is ये जो yellow room है, ये जो yellow room है, इसका दरवाजा green है या ये इसका दरवाजा है. Okay, So what am I showing? I am showing possession कि ये येलो रूम का दरवाजा, ये ग्रीन डोर है. पोजेशन कि ये दरवाजा किसका है, ये दरवाजा उस रूम का है. जैसे कि ये फोन किसका है, ये फोन अनीशा का है. शोइंग पोजेशन, किसका है, किस चीज का, किस इंसान का सामान है या किस ऑब्जेक्ट का पार्ट है. ओके, शोइंग पोजेशन. सो ऑफ यूज करेंगे क्या दिखाने के लिए? पोजेशन दिखाने के लिए. लेट मी राइट द सेंटेंस. This is the door of the room. Okay, but अगर मैं ये बोलना चाहूँ हिंदी में कि ये जो दरवाजा है ये रूम के अंदर जाने के लिए है, ये जो दरवाजा है ये रूम के अंदर जाने के लिए है, तो मैं क्या बोलूंगी? This door, this is the door to the room. So this is the door to the room, मतलब ये दरवाजा रूम के अंदर जाने के लिए है. Okay, so for example, so अगर कोई बाहर, मतलब मैं आपको दो सिनेरियोस देती हूँ. ओके, फर्स्ट सिनेरियो ये है कि सोचिए ये जो ग्रीन डोर है बहुत बड़ा है, बहुत सुंदर है दिखने में और इसमें बहुत सारे डिजाइन वगैरह किए हुए हैं. सो दो लोग जा रहे हैं एंड एक आदमी पूछता है कि व्हाट इज दिस. वो आदमी पूछता है कि ये क्या है, उसे समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है कि ये दरवाजा है, तो वो पूछता है व्हाट इज दिस. देन द अदर पर्सन जिसको पता है कि ये दरवाजा है वो बोलेगा दिस इज द डोर ऑफ द रूम, ये रूम का दरवाजा है. ओके, क्लियर. बट सोचिए दोनों आदमी हैं एंड वो लोग आए हैं, यहाँ पर खड़े हैं एंड यहाँ पर ग्रीन कलर के कुछ और बॉक्सेस वगैरह, सॉरी ये ग्रीन होना चाहिए. ओके, सो ग्रीन कलर के कुछ मे बी विंडोज हैं, दो बड़े बड़े विंडोज हैं. ओके, एकदम बड़े बड़े, लाइक नीचे से ऊपर तक विंडोज है और एक दरवाजा है बीच में. सो जो आदमी उसके साथ आया उसको पता नहीं कि कौन सा दरवाजा है और कौन सा विंडो है. सो वो बोल रहा है कि अंदर कैसे जाओ, हाउ डू आई गो इन. सो द अदर पर्सन सेज, इस चीज को दिखाकर, ये वाले डोर को दिखाकर, द अदर पर्सन सेज दिस इज द डोर टू द रूम, इस डोर के द्वारा आप अंदर जाएंगे, या ये डोर अंदर लीड करता है, या ये डोर आपको अंदर जाने का एक्सेस देगा. Is this a little clear, guys? I really tried my best.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, ma'am, it is like that ki if there are so many doors in a particular house and one door is very important because of its structure or decoration, but that particular door, it belongs to that house, but it is not giving access to the whole house.
Okay, Swati, you actually gave me a good example, right? So सोचिए, अगर सोचिए, if I say, so this door, अगर ये सिर्फ what to say, this is just for decoration purpose. Okay, एक दरवाजा है जो सिर्फ डेकोरेशन के लिए है, it is not accessible, उसको खोल नहीं सकते, उसके द्वारा हम अंदर नहीं जा सकते. Okay, very good idea you have given me. Thank you, Swati. So we have two doors. Okay, let's assume that we have two doors. एक blue door है, एक green door है. अब ये जो blue door है ये खुलता है, this opens. Okay, but ये जो green door है it doesn't open. ये बस ऐसे show off के लिए रखा हुआ है. So I can say that this is the door of the room. ये room का दरवाजा है. I can say this. But it does not open, so it does not give us access to the room. So I cannot say this is the door to the room. मैं ये नहीं बोल सकती इसके लिए. मैं क्या बोलूंगी? This is the door of the room. ये बोल सकती हूँ क्योंकि ये access नहीं दिखाता, ये सिर्फ दिखाता है कि ये दरवाजा इस रूम का है. Simple. Okay. But ये जो दरवाजा है ये access भी देता है और ये दरवाजा की तरह दिखता भी है. So I can say for this is the door of the room. ये भी बोल सकती हूँ कि ये दरवाजा इस रूम का है. But I can also say this door is this is the door to the room. Why? Because ये access देता है रूम के अंदर. रूम के अंदर जाने के लिए जो एक्सेस चाहिए वो ये दरवाजा देगा, इसीलिए इसमें हम टू द रूम का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Is this a
Exactly,
little
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Reena, yes? Okay, chaliye, I hope it is a little clear because otherwise I don't know.
Ma'am,
I really tried my best. Yes.
And this is the main door to the house. We can say always this sentence.
Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely you can always say this sentence. This is the main
of
door to the house.
But main door of the house, we can say, but this is not accessible also.
No, that you will use for two. If it is accessible, only if you can open the door. अगर आप दरवाजा खोल कर अंदर जा सकते हैं तो ही आप टू का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. ओके, एक्सेस का मतलब क्या होता है? किसी चीज को इस्तेमाल करना या किसी चीज के अंदर जाने का क्या बोले उसको, लाइक परमिशन मिलना.
अधिकार, परमिशन,
परमिशन, राइट, परमिशन मिलना किसी चीज के लिए. Yes. Okay. So basically, yes.
Can we say there are two buttons and this button is for mixie and this button for oven? This button to mixie and this button to oven.
No, 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 no. This button is for the mixie. This button is for the oven is correct. Okay. But if you want to say this button is to switch on the mixie, so no, you cannot say that. Okay, Dipali.
Yes, ma'am.
But you can say
because we are accessing those gadgets with those switch.
Yes, you are not really accessing with those switch, you are turning it on with that switch. So सोचिए कि मिक्सी कबर्ड के अंदर रखा है, कबर्ड बंद है, then you are accessing it. How will you say that the key to the cupboard is this, or this is the key to the cupboard? Because उसके अंदर का जो चीज है उसको आप access कर रहे हैं. Okay, Dipali.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Yes, Swati.
Something.
Ma'am,
something.
The key of the cupboard we cannot say.
No, we can never say key of the cupboard. Key is always used for accessing. This is the password to my phone. एकदम simple example देखिए. अगर मैं phone का example लूँ, this is my phone, right? So this is the phone of Anisha. This is the phone of Anisha बोलेंगे, right? क्योंकि ये phone मेरा है, ये मुझको belong करता है, ये मेरा possession है of Anisha. इसीलिए of का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. But अगर इस फोन को खोलकर आपको यूज करना है, आपको क्या चाहिए? पासवर्ड चाहिए, तो वो एक्सेस दे रहा है आपको फोन के अंदर की चीजों को इस्तेमाल करने के लिए. सो उसके लिए हम टू का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. कैसे? दिस इज द पासवर्ड टू माई फोन. मैं आपको पेपर में लिख कर देती हूँ पासवर्ड एंड बोलूंगी दिस इज द पासवर्ड टू माई फोन. क्यों? क्योंकि वो आपको फोन के अंदर जाके उस चीजों को यूज करने का अधिकार दे रहा है. ओके, परमिशन दे रहा है. दैट इज वाई इट इज गिविंग यू एक्सेस. दैट इज वाई वी आर यूजिंग टू. सिमिलरली एक रूम है, रूम बंद है, चाबी दिया हुआ है और रूम बंद है. मैं क्या बोलूंगी? दैट दिस इज द रूम ऑफ अनीशा. ये रूम अनीशा का है, बट दिस इज द की टू द रूम. ये चाबी रूम का है. क्यों? क्योंकि ये चाबी खोलकर आप अंदर जा सकते हैं, एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, रूम को देख सकते हैं. इज दिस क्लियर, रीना?
Ma'am, got it.
Okay. Yes, anyone, if you guys have any doubts, please ask. Yes, Swati.
मैम कभी कभी क्या हम टू का यूज फॉर पोजीशन भी कर सकते हैं? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई से दिस कंप्यूटर बिलोंग्स टू मी.
Yes,
So
definitely. You can say belongs to, but you are using belongs to, right?
Okay. अच्छा.
Okay, you are using belongs
Ma'am.
to. Yes, Reena.
This is the ma'am. This is the main room of my own house. Is it correct?
Pardon. This is the main door.
This is the main door of my own house.
Absolutely correct. Yes, बिल्कुल बोल सकते हैं. ये दरवाजा मेरे घर का मेन डोर है. बिल्कुल बोल सकते हैं. Okay, Reena.
मेरे अपने घर का मेन डोर मतलब दरवाजा है.
Yes, बिल्कुल.
And this is the main door to my house.
Yes. So और एक चीज, सोचिए गुफा है, right? There is a cave and उसका जो entrance है उसको आप कैसे बोलेंगे? आप बोलेंगे this is the entrance to the cave. This is the entrance to the cave. क्यों? क्योंकि आप उस entrance से घुसेंगे तो आप गुफा के अंदर एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, गुफा के अंदर जा सकते हैं. ओके, सो अगेन यू विल से टू द केव. क्लियर? पासवर्ड्स के लिए, फिंगरप्रिंट्स के लिए, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ, यू कैन यूज टू. ओके, जिससे आप किसी चीज को एक्सेस कर सके, जिसके आप अंदर जाके उस चीज को एक्सप्लोर कर सके, उसके लिए हम टू का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. पोजेशन के लिए हम ऑफ का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. क्लियर गाइस?
Yes, ma'am.
Questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you have any sentences, you guys can run through me. Okay, if you guys have any sentences as well. Chaliye, good. I hope you guys have taken plenty of screenshots for all these rules, all these errors that we sometimes make. Yes. Okay, great. Chaliye, let's go to the next one. We still have a little bit of time. Let's do one more. This is very easy. ये बहुत easy है, हो भी जाएगा. Okay, is the screen visible, guys?
No, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Okay, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
चलिए, 1 second. पता नहीं क्या हो गया. Okay, so in versus on in media. Yes, yes, I'm increasing the font size. So in versus on in media, right? मीडिया के लिए इन का इस्तेमाल करें या ऑन का इस्तेमाल करें? दिस वेरी वेरी सिंपल. आई एम श्योर यू गाइस विल अंडरस्टैंड इन अ सेकंड. सो मीडिया का मतलब आप लोगों को पता है, न्यूज़पेपर हो सकता है, टीवी हो सकता है, फोन भी आजकल एज अ मीडिया यूज करते हैं हम, एज अ लाइक डिवाइस. सो इनका इस्तेमाल कब होता है? प्रिंटेड मीडिया के लिए. सो अनदर पेयर ऑफ सिमिलर प्रीपोजिशंस इज इन एंड ऑन, which can both be used to describe the medium by which something is seen. Something is seen is not really correct. Something is it can be heard, seen or read. तीनों चीजें हो सकती है, क्योंकि हम कभी कभी न्यूज पढ़ते हैं, कभी कभी हम न्यूज सुनते हैं रेडियो पर में भी, और कभी कभी हम न्यूज देखते हैं टीवी पर, राइट? सो इट कैन बी आइदर ऑफ द थ्री थिंग्स. वी यूज इन when we are talking about something appearing in printed media. So printed media में आपने कुछ पढ़ा है. For example, you can say newspapers, magazines, tabloids. आजकल तो होते नहीं है उतने ज्यादा, but in earlier days we used to have tabloids as well. So इन चीजों में अगर आपने पढ़ा है कोई चीज, printed media, print करके जो निकलता है, then we use in. उसके लिए हम इनका इस्तेमाल करते हैं. ऑन किस लिए यूज करते हैं? व्हेन समथिंग इज अपियरिंग ऑन टेलीविजन और डिजिटल मीडिया, फॉर एग्जांपल ऑन योर फोन, ऑन योर टीवीज, ऑन योर लैपटॉप्स, कंप्यूटर्स, टैबलेट्स, व्हाटएवर, राइट? सो डिजिटल फॉर्म में अगर कोई मीडिया आपको मिल रहा है तो उसके लिए हम ऑन का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. बाकी सब के लिए हम इनका इस्तेमाल करेंगे. इसमें बस एक छोटा सा चीज आप याद रखिए कि रेडियो के लिए भी हम ऑन का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. ओके, ऑल्दो इट इज नॉट डिजिटल मीडिया, नॉट एग्जैक्टली डिजिटल मीडिया, बट रेडियो के लिए भी हम ऑन का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. सो आई सॉ इट इन द न्यूज़पेपर इज करेक्ट, नॉट ऑन द न्यूज़पेपर. ओके, एंड आई सॉ इट इन द टीवी इज इनकरेक्ट, बट आई सॉ इट ऑन द टीवी इज करेक्ट. Clear? You can also see
Good afternoon, everyone. Pro learners, quickly join the Zoom meeting.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Sajin.
Ma'am.